Welcome to the House Gambling Podcast, hosted by myself, Aaron Jeffrey, and my co-host, Austin Lombardo. This is the fourth episode of the podcast. Last week, let's go over the records right here, because I'm pretty proud. I'm not doing too bad. We talk about being 55%. I'm definitely 55%. I have a 17-11 record from last week. Austin, here, I won't say your record. You can say your record. If
you say it, I actually forgot what it was. What is it?
Oh, you forget? It was you're 16-14.
Listen, that's what happens when you come out there and the slate's dead on Friday and you want to go out there swinging. I forced some picks. You know what? I thought they would be funny. It was for the content. If they hit, it was big payout. The Bruins got dog walked. I thought that was lock of the night. The Kings fell off the horse. They couldn't make it 8 straight. And then the Avalanche, I almost got the Avalanche parlay. The fucking, the over didn't hit. The over didn't hit. It was, they did win the game, though, against Aaron's Yotes. So that does count as a head-to-head win for me. Don't know what our head-to-head record is, though, but I think you are up. I think you're up 4-2.
But I think you definitely made it closer, because we had a bunch of head-to-heads Friday, and I think we kind of split it. So I think you made it a little closer.
I think it's 4-2, because you had Purdue beat Penn State, but then the Oilers overhit and you bet the under, and what other pick did we have? And then Colorado won outright against the Oats.
4-2 sounds about right to me, but why don't we get into today's picks? Why don't we start out in college basketball? Your happy place.
Oh, I love the college basketball slate today. I am drooling over this.
All right, why don't you tell the fans what's one game that you're kind of going with today?
So big game today. Got number 3 Baylor versus number 6 West Virginia. West Virginia's been playing hot recently. Baylor actually just suffered their first loss all year the other night against the Rock Chalk Jayhawks. I lost a lot of money on that. Anybody who follows Lombardo's locks, I said max bet Baylor, put the house on it. Baylor absolutely played terrible, was minus 20 on the boards, shot 36% for the night. Worst game I've seen Baylor play all year. Baylor's due for a comeback game. They got an absolute god squad out there. I do believe they're still a top 3 team in the NCAAA. I am going to take Baylor minus 4.
I don't hate it. Honestly, truthfully, I do I don't mind that at all, actually. minus 4. I might just hop up.
It is 3v6, but I feel like the upper echelon of college basketball, there's not much parity. It's Gonzaga, Baylor, and Michigan.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know what? I think I might hop on that train. I don't think Baylor's going to lose.
I don't think they lose back-to-backs.
They're not. You're not going to go 18-0 and then lose back-to-back games. So I might hop on that train. I might take Baylor minus 4 as well. I kind of like that. Coming into this, I wasn't even really thinking about that game, but now that you mention it, yeah, I do like the minus 4 for sure.
I think it's kind of minus 4 is a nice line. I actually thought it was going to be bigger, like some of the other games I want to talk about later. But yeah, 4 is a nice spread. It's probably just lower because they did come off a loss and played terribly. But West Virginia hasn't done really anything to shock me this year. I think it's more so they've just beat the teams they're supposed to beat and they've lost to the people that they're supposed to lose to. So
and it is 3 versus 6, so you're not going to see a huge spread in that realistically. So
that's where we'll see an interesting spread later today when we have another close matchup like that. But yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
The over-under is actually quite big for that one, too. 148.5. I don't know if I want to... It's a weird over-under. I'm not too opposed to it, though.
It also seems weird when you have a spread that's close like that and you have a high over-under. Just because it's odd to see a high over under like that when they think it's going to be a closer game. I guess you have the overtime possibility. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just sticking with that minus 4. Another game I'm looking at though is 8th seed Bama against Auburn. I like Auburn to cover the 11 points. Bama is 3-7 in their last 10 against the spread. I'm not shocked if they come out and win this game. I think they probably will win the game, but I like Auburn to keep it close and keep it within 11 points. So I'm taking Auburn in this one.
See, I also had this game on my slate, but Auburn stinks at basketball. Absolutely terrible team at basketball, and Bama's been playing really good recently. They're not exactly great at covering, but I think they're due for a cover. The over-under here is really high for a reason. At 157, I am going to take Bama minus 11. This was a play that I did have on my slate from earlier today.
Oh, so we're going against each other already.
Yes, we are getting an early head-to-head here. I am taking Bama.
Oh,
Bama's been rolling. There's kind of hovering around that, like, they're not an elite team in March Madness, but they're still a top 10 team right now. And Auburn just stinks. Like, last time we bet against Auburn, they got blown out. And now they're playing Alabama. I think they lose by 20. I'm taking Bama.
I don't like going against you much in college basketball, but hey, it didn't.
It's worked out for you recently.
I know, it's worked out for me last week. Ever since I've come around, I just go against you and I win most of the time. Most of my wins have come in college basketball.
It's because I declared Michigan State dead, and then these guys win 6 in a row, and then they lose to a bum squad, and now they're gonna win again tonight. But I'm not betting on them. So,
do you have another game you kind of like?
I do.
It's a huge slate, so there's definitely I guarantee there's 30 you probably like in here, but
there's 2 more I really, really like. So one of them would be the Arkansas at South Carolina. Razorbacks have been hot. Razorbacks have been a covering machine this year for me. Every time I bet on the Razorbacks, they seem to cover for me or outright win as an underdog. They're playing South Carolina. South Carolina's had a bad week. This is also conference tourney play right now, so you're going to see the big teams come out and actually play some good basketball. That being said, I am taking Arkansas -6. I think they're just a better team. Arkansas is actually
I have them as 8-2 in their last 10 against the spread.
Yeah, so, and they also have won 6 straight games, while South Carolina has lost 5 straight. So I'm really liking the Arkansas -6 there.
It's not a bad bet either. See, you keep bringing up games. I don't mind betting on them either. I'll leave that one to you, though.
I was drooling over the slate today, man. I'm telling you, like, it's just this is the best. It's March Madness season, man. This is where the money's made. This is where the money's made.
I'll leave that one to you.
Speaking of March Madness, what did I have Michigan at? +4,000. What are they now? +450. That's called value right there. Michigan's a great basketball team.
Yeah, that's kind of wild how good of odds you got on Michigan. Like how long ago that, because it's looking like it's a very possible outcome now. Like,
Vegas is worried. Vegas is worried because there's a lot of Michigan fans out there who will bet on Michigan no matter how good or bad they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they all got them at +4,000 or better than what I got them at.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's definitely one of the bigger value bets I've heard of the recently. I do like Arkansas on this one. I think I might bet on it on the side. I don't know if I'm going to put it in my lock category on the pod. You can stick to that one, but I might take a little bit of your insight here and bet my own little pretty penny on it. The only other game I'm really looking at is Purdue. I bet on them on Friday. They won straight out. They have a -2. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 against the spread. I like Purdue against Wisconsin. Purdue's finally ranked again. I personally like the -2. It's a very low over-under. So I might throw I'm going to throw the over in that as well. 2 teams don't score that much, but that's a very low over-under. I could see this game still going over. It sounds kind of crazy because I'm a person that really likes to bet trends. These 2 teams tend to go under a lot, but such a low under seems kind of juicy. So I'm going to be taking a little parlay here. I'm going to go Purdue -2 and the over 128.5.
I'm not going to take Purdue per se because I'm not entirely sold on them. And Wisconsin's kind of a coin flip team, whether they want to come out and play that night or not. Because very easily Wisconsin can come out here and win this game. And very easily they can get blown out of this game. I do like the over pick though, so I'm gonna stay away from the picking on who's actually gonna win, but I do like that over considering it's only at 128.5. Nice low over. This is when teams tend to pick up in their stride in their scoring as well, as it is the lowest over on the board today, with the second lowest being Wake Forest at Pitt at 136. So that being said, second lowest over, I feel like it's got to hit, so we're gonna take the over there.
Yeah, I like it. That's the only. So I guess I got kind of 3 games. I don't know if you have one more you want to touch on.
Speaking of Big Blue, baby, Michigan plays Illinois today. Michigan's a great basketball team. Give me 6.5. Go Blue, baby.
Wow, you're sticking with Michigan. You're all on that Michigan train. You're riding.
You know what's funny? I bet on Michigan to win March Madness, and the day after, I bet them to lose to Ohio State. So like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like, I'm down to keep riding Michigan now.
Just keep riding it.
Speaking of riding it, I don't know why you don't keep riding this Pelicans over, because it's just money.
I know. I was saying that. I'm like, just always bet that over. Like, why wouldn't you take it?
It's literally free money.
Yeah, it's like insane. I was like, they're gonna have to start making the over like 270 at some point to finally give them an under. It's insane. But you know what? You mentioned Michigan.
Are you gonna take Illinois? Because last time I bet on Illinois, they stabbed me in the back and cut my dick off. So I'm taking Michigan.
So Michigan's 8-2 in their last 10 against the spread. Illinois 7-3. 2 teams that are pretty good at covering. I like Illinois in this situation. I just like 6.5 points. I think it's going to be a really close game.
Bet on Big Blue. Bet against Big Blue. Do it. Bet against Big Blue. I don't give a shit.
I'm taking the Illinois spread. I'm taking the Illinois spread. I'm sorry. I have to do it to you.
You can do it. You can lose your money. That's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay bringing the head-to-head back to even. I'm okay doing that.
Wow. All right. So do you have any more games, or
that's all the college games I got? It's all the college games I got there.
So to recap, I got the Baylor -4. I have Auburn +11. I have Purdue -2. And then, as just stated, I have Illinois at plus. Do you have them at +7 or +6.5? Because I'm seeing different ones throughout.
I have 6.5 on the Illinois Michigan game.
Okay, that's what I do. That's what I do have. So I'll take the +6.5 in that one. So those are the 4. I guess I'm going for.
I got Baylor -4. I got Bama -11. I got Michigan -6.5, and I got there was one other game I said. What was it? It was Baylor, Arkansas -6.
Arkansas, yes. So the head-to-head can be brought back to even today.
It can, and I feel like we might have some more head-to-heads later. So we might even have a change of the lead this week. We could see.
Wow! Quick change of the lead, but don't worry. I'm still up, still bet the trends. Still, if you like betting trends, 4-2, it's still looking good. I'd probably stick with me personally, but he has made it closer. He has made it closer, so it's not a guarantee anymore. It's not 100% like it used to be. Why don't we move on to some NBA picks for what's on the NBA slate? It's an average slate, not too many. There's not too many things I see here, but what do you see? What's one that stands out to you?
Well, my New York Knicks are in an absolute roll right now. Knicks are a covering machine this year in the NBA. This is our 3rd straight game where the line's actually been under 2 points. In those games, we've blown out the Pistons, blown out the Kings, and today we're going to blow out the San Antonio Spurs. I'm taking the Knicks at -1. The line has actually moved to -1.5 because the Knicks are getting a lot of the money tonight, which I usually like to fade the public, but they're my New York Knicks. I'm riding with the Knicks. Julius Randle's an all-star. The Spurs are the only above 500 team without an all-star on their team, fun fact. But the under's also really low in this game at 215. Both these teams don't really have great offenses. The Knicks are one of the best defensive teams in the league. I do like that. I do like the spread, though. I'm not really going to touch that over under. I feel like 215 is kind of a trap.
Yeah. Me personally, I could see this game kind of going either way. I don't hate either side. I could see why you bet either side. I think the Knicks definitely do cover a lot, so I don't hate that bet.
Can I give you one reason to ride the Knicks with me real quick?
Yeah.
This is their second game in a back-to-back after they just played Brooklyn and lost in overtime last night. So, and that was Brooklyn without Kyrie and KD. So, if that's any indicator, I usually like to bet the team that's coming off fresh against a team that's going off the back-to-back, especially after a loss. He's thinking about it now.
I don't see. I see the Knicks covering, but I have that slight doubt that I could see it going the other way.
1.5 points. It's a pick'em game.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like either. Like I'm more like 60-40 on Knicks. Like I'm pretty confident that the Knicks will cover, but there's like that 40% of me saying, don't take the game. Just avoid it. Just avoid it. Your heart's going to be broken come.
I've been waiting for this game all week.
11 o'clock.
I've been waiting for this game all week. I thought we were going to come out. I thought we were going to come out as 3.5 point dogs, and I was going to get great value here. But no, we opened as 1 point favorites. Like, what the hell is this, Vegas? Give me my dogs.
They're too smart.
I like my pups. I like my pups in the NBA. Speaking of pups, we talked about the one game you want tonight.
Yeah.
At least I assumed. He told me he's not going to tell me he's going to pick. When I can tell you he's going to pick right now. He likes the Warriors. Sorry, the Wizards versus the Grizzlies. And he likes the Wizards money line because the Wizards are a wagon right now, baby.
Yeah. I don't know. The Wizards, they're what? I think 7 or 8-2 or something like that in their last 10. They're pretty good. Well, against the spread, they're 8-2 in their last 10. Obviously, you're not taking the spread in this one. It's a 1 point spread. No point in taking that spread. It's the dumbest spread I'd ever take. If you take that Wizards spread, you might as well just bet the Grizzlies to win by 1 point because you're going to get so much better odds. You might as well just take the money line. So I'm taking the Wizards money line.
It is even right now, the Wizards money line. It's 110, 110, minus 110, minus 110.
Oh, okay. I did have it at minus 105, but realistically, that's not that much of an inference. So I'm still sticking with the Wizards money line.
I like it. They're a wagon.
I like it. I you know what? I'm sticking with the Wizards. Hop on the train. And
the Wizards have lost 2 games since this guy made this stupid bet. In the one game they shouldn't have lost, Bradley Beal steps out of bounds with 4 seconds left, and then Jason Tatum
Just ride the Wizards. Just ride the Wizards with that guy. The guy is loving life right now, and I'm going to love life with him. I might not make a crazy $10,000 bet, but hey, I'm going to ride every win they take, and I'm just going to keep going with it.
I'll keep betting on the Wizards, but I cannot watch them play. Watching Russell Westbrook be left wide open in the corner multiple times and him just not hit a shot hurts my eyes. And Elfrid Payton is my team's starting point guard, and I hate to watch Russell Westbrook. If that says anything. Speaking of the trend, Elfrid Payton is not playing tonight, and the Knicks are undefeated without Elfrid Payton in the lineup.
See, you keep saying stuff.
We haven't lost since Bobby Shmurda got out of jail about a week ago.
See, whenever I see stats like that, though, this is just my own personal experience. Whenever I see stats like that, where it's like something random, like, oh, since this person's got out of jail, this hasn't happened. The first game after I see that, they end up losing.
Well, guess what? I sent it to you 2 days ago. Guess what we did? We won. Bobby Shmurda. He's the truth.
I'm now 65-35.
That's right. Bobby Shmurda changes the odds.
I'm getting closer to the Knicks.
Bobby gets out of jail and the Knicks win a chip. We want Bobby, baby.
Oh, come on now.
Bobby, it's a culture change in New York, baby. Other than that, I actually like the Clippers -4 tonight. The Celtics stink. I was high on the Celtics. The Celtics stink. I hate the Celtics right now. Celtics have won 2 games out of their last 10 that I bet on. And the 2 games they won, I didn't bet on them. So screw the Celtics. I'm taking the Clippers -4. The Celtics stink. They're dead.
That seems like you're just more upset and you're just going to take it just because. So
the Clippers are a way better team and the Celtics are dead. I'm taking the Clippers.
Because you're doing that, I'm going to take the Celtics.
Well, the line just moved 0.5 point. So
What is it now? You got
It's now 4.5.
Oh, it's 4.5 now. Okay, I'm still taking the Celtics. I like the Celtics.
You're getting plus 4.5. Now I'm getting minus 4.5.
You know what? I don't hate it. I like the Celtics.
I'm taking this just to prove a point.
I think they're gonna eventually get back on track. And the Clippers seem to be one of those teams where they don't always beat the best teams. They can go off, but I find some games they just.
The Clippers have been 500 in their last 6 games, which is kind of interesting. But
they're a very interesting team when it comes down to it, because you look at that roster and you think that should be like a championship roster realistically, and then they just don't seem like it all the time.
Last time these teams played, it was 141 to 133 for Boston. Sorry, that was last year. And the last time they played this year, Boston won by 4 points.
I like the plus 4.5. I'm sticking with the plus 4.5.
I see where the 4.5 came from, considering they won by 4 last time. Zigzag is a big trend if you're looking at gambling, which is why I like the Clippers on this as well. The over-under on this game is actually really low. 220 I find a little low. I actually like the over on that. I think we have a decent shootout tonight, Clippers versus the Celtics.
All right. So you're adding the over to.
I'm not parlaying it, but I will add the over as an official pick.
Okay. The only other game I like is the Heat Hawks game. I like the Heat minus 3.5. They're 7-3 in their last 10 against the spread. The Hawks are 3-7.
The Heat are hot.
The Heat are good. Minus 3.5 seems like a little low against the Hawks.
I don't know. The Hawks have been surprising teams. I think the Hawks are that low too because they got back-to-back wins on the Celtics last week, who they've been overrated as shit in betting.
But we've talked about the Celtics where
they're dead.
They're struggle. So, but I'm taking the Celtics. They're gonna get back on track. So
only way I see this team getting on track is if they get a big man and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum know how to play together. It's the only way this team gets together.
They're gonna win games though. They still have good players on the team. They're gonna they're gonna cover a couple games. They're gonna pull it out eventually. So it sounds crazy because none of the stats go towards the Celtics side tonight, except just my mind telling me.
Except for Jason Tatum. That's the key. That's the common denominator. Is Jason Tatum's there.
Yeah. So I guess the 3 games I'm taking are the Wizards Wizards money line, Celtics plus 4.5, and then of course, as I just said, the Heat minus 3.5. You got anything else you want to go over?
I'm just riding the wagon with the Wizards. I'm riding the Knicks train. We're back, baby. Culture change. All alone in the 4 seed. Who would have thought? Look at us. Who would have thought? 4 seed.
Who would have thought?
Not me. I thought we were getting Cade Cunningham this year. and then I got the Clippers minus 4.5, as well as the over.
All right. And you're not parlaying that Clippers.
I'm not going to, because every time I do it, either the over hits or the team loses, and I just don't like it.
I don't mind it. Why don't we move on to some NHL? NHL tonight, I see a couple that are actually solid out there. I will tell you the one game I was going to bet on has changed a lot because of a certain player leaving. That, of course, is the Philly-Pittsburgh game. Philly was the underdogs originally.
I still have Philly as the underdog on my book.
Really?
I have Philly at minus 125.
You have them at minus 125 and Pittsburgh's at
plus 105.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh's the underdog then.
Yeah.
Philly was the underdog.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind. I was just okay.
I was so confused what you were saying. I was like, yeah. So
never mind. Keep going.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Crosby being out.
I was just about to ask. Of course, it's Sid the Kid.
I'll give you a little stat here. Philly is 11-1-1 against teams not named the Boston Bruins. So
you're telling me every game you've lost this year, except for one,
for 2.
Well, one in overtime.
One in overtime and
so
one.
The big bad Bruins are bearing down on you guys. So what I'm hearing is I need to hammer the Bruins every time they play you.
It's not a bad bet, truthfully. Like the Flyers have the only game, so they lost to the Rangers, which realistically they lost that game when they had nobody in the lineup. They were down Giroux, Voracek, Konechny, all those guys were out because of COVID protocols. And then they lost the Sabres in game 3 of the season, and they did not look good at all. Like, not one part of the game looked good. Those are the only 2 games they've lost to teams that aren't Bruins. So, truthfully, I think you take the Flyers money line here. I got it this morning before Crosby was listed as out. I took that money line before. So I'm sorry for not releasing that on Twitter or anything like that earlier today. Because now that Crosby's out, that money line obviously changes a lot when you have one of the best players in the league going down. But I still like the Flyers in this one. I still take that money line, especially, well, now I like it even more that Crosby's out.
I'm personally not going to touch that game because I deemed Philly as one of my elite teams before the year started. But I also love riding the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. But without Crosby, I really can't hop on that wagon. That being said, I find that teams, when they lose their star player, they either absolutely fall apart or they all come together and play well. Like the Leafs have the last couple of nights without Matthews. Actually getting back-to-back shutouts that we talked about for the first time since 1954. Yeah. We hate the Leafs on this podcast. Let that be known. We hate the Leafs.
Agreed.
But this might be a new year for the Leafs. First time ever I saw Austin Matthews voluntarily throw a body check. Like, I've never seen this before.
It's a new year for the Leafs, but at the same time, they're playing the North Division teams. They are playing.
Let's head to the North Division with my pick of the night, the Ottawa Senators.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
they've been hot.
I'll remind you about your NHL picks from Friday night. You went Colorado money line.
Did Ottawa play Friday?
Ottawa did not play Friday.
I am undefeated in hockey picks on days where I take Ottawa.
That's a wild stat. That's
right. The days I take Ottawa are the days they win hockey games. I think I'm the reason why Ottawa's gonna make the 4th seed in the North Division, possibly.
Oh my gosh, you got some high hopes there.
Drake Batherson's on a wagon right now. He's currently tied for the franchise lead in most consecutive games with a goal scored at 6. He's in elite company with Jason Spezza, future Hall of Famer, Danny Heatley, All-Star, future Hall of Famer.
Who is your goalie tonight?
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this is this guy's played zero. He's played 0 games in the NHL.
I have him listed as he must have played like one night because it says he's played 1 game, but he faced 5 shots this year. And then he played another game back in 2018, 2019, and he stopped 35 of 40. That's your goalie tonight.
Well, we've won 2 straight on the Habs, so I'm taking Ottawa again tonight. Like Drake Batherson's a wagon right now. Just picked him up on my fantasy team. Like, we gotta keep going. I get they're my team, and that's why I'm a little biased. But like, we've been hot recently. But like I told you, I wasn't gonna bet on Ottawa all year unless we played the Leafs or the Habs, and then I took 2 games against the Flames and we won. So
yeah, I'm not personally touching anything in this because my heart is telling me take the Sens.
What happened last time we talked ourselves into taking the Sens? They
won
6-1 last time we did it.
I'm taking the Sens. Plus 220. I'm taking the Sens. I'm riding that train. That sounds insane.
Over under is 6.5 in that game.
That's what I was about to say. Because I already have 2 other games I'm thinking about taking. Now you got me on the Sens. I'm going to have 5 bets in the NHL. I'm taking an Austin Lombardo approach.
Gotta take
probably going to win one.
One day I've taken every single college basketball game, 120 games. I've done that before.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I want to know, what was your record in that one?
I'd have to go look it up, but like, I feel I was up at the end of the day, so it couldn't have been that bad.
Well, that's all that matters. No, but what I was going to say, I like this.
I like the under. The only thing is the over's gone over every single game we fucking played in the last 2 weeks.
See, I did like the under, but thinking about it, Carey Price is struggling, especially as of late.
Drake
And
Batherson's a wagon.
and whoever your goalie is, Joey McCord,
Joey fucking Speculonzo, whatever his name is.
I could see. I don't want to take an over under when it's a new goalie coming in that's barely had any time in the NHL because you have no idea what to expect. You have no idea what could go on.
Listen, I'm gonna take the under, and I'm gonna assume this is the next Andrew Hammond. We're gonna take the under 6.5. If there's 7 goals scored in this hockey game, I don't know what to tell you. I'm taking the under.
I'm sticking to just the Sens because I can't even believe I'm doing that. The other one I'm going
Listen, I'll take your Flyers, you take my Sens. Good deal? Yeah, we'll do that.
I like it. I have 2 more I like.
Okay.
I like betting the Islanders. It's crazy, but I do. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10. Jersey's 4-6. The Islanders are -155. I like the Islanders in this game. I don't think Jersey's that good. I think this is one of those games though I could see being a very low scoring game. If the Islanders score first, when the Islanders score first, I feel like that game tends to go under. It's a very common trend.
Yeah, I like the Islanders tonight as well. I don't like the under because last time we bet the under, they scored.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I can't do it anymore. I bet the Islanders. I'm like, oh yeah, they beat the Bruins. Like that's a great bet. I took an underdog beating the Bruins, but then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna parlay it with the under because this game's gonna go under, and then it goes like 7-2 the final.
7-2. There was 10 minutes left, and it was 2-0.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Like just win the damn hockey game. You don't need to.
Yeah, I think it was 3-2 with like 9 minutes left, and then they just went completely off, and it was like, oh great, you couldn't just settle for a 1-goal win.
Like that's the thing. The Islanders are such a weird team because last year they played great in the bubble, but nobody really had any expectations for them. And there's nobody really amazing on that Islanders team.
No,
I think it's kind of like how Vegas was their first year. They don't really have all-stars, but just a bunch of guys who play together.
Yeah, they just have a solid team. Is there anything else you like on the slate? I know I got one more.
I'm not a huge fan of any of these other games. I could maybe take the Stars, but I would be betting against Tampa there. But that's the only other game where I could pinch some value out of. Maybe actually Carolina -125 against Nashville is nice.
Yeah, I don't mind that one either.
I honestly could see Carolina puck line at +185. Nashville does not put the puck in the net. And Carolina also did upset Florida last night. Technically, they weren't an underdog, but Florida hadn't lost back-to-back games all year, so I consider that an upset.
That was a wild game, the end to that one. Yeah, I see both. You mentioned the Canes and the Stars. I don't mind either of those bets. I'm just not full confident that I can lock it in, seal it in, put some.
Vasilevsky's not playing tonight, is he?
I don't think so.
Because last time these teams played, Tampa won 5-0. That's the only thing.
No, Vasilevsky's not playing tonight.
Yeah, never mind. We're not taking Dallas. Dallas is 1-6 in their last 7 games. No, scratch the Dallas bet. I'm going to take a Canes puck line. I like the Canes puck line at +185.
Okay. I don't hate the bet. I personally do not hate the bet. I'm not going to be putting any money on it. I'm not confident fully that they win. The one I am confident in is the Jets. -120. The Canucks are not a good team.
They did beat them 3-0 the other night, though.
I don't see the Jets. The Jets are one of those teams, though, that are like, they're going to win some games. The Canucks are struggling a lot right now. And they played last week. They played just a couple days ago. Well, I guess yesterday. Technically, I'm looking at this. They played yesterday. The Canucks won 4-0. Then the last time they played, the Jets won in overtime, and then the Jets won in regulation. So, me personally, I think the Canucks are a struggling team right now. I think the Jets are going to take this game So I like the minus 120. It's not a crazy high money line where you're not getting great value. I think you're getting good value on this Jets bet. So I personally am taking the Jets in this one. So that's really all I see in hockey is those. See, you got me betting crazy amount of games now, realistically, because I got the Flyers, I got the Sens,
Listen,
got the
if I wake up
I got
and
the
I don't have
Jets.
double-digit bets taken, I don't like that. Means it's a shitty day. I need to have at least 10 bets going for the day.
I don't hate it.
Like, I have one going right now. I didn't say it on the podcast because, like, it's an afternoon game. We started a little early. I got Buffalo at -1 this morning. Guess what the line closed at? -6.5 for Buffalo. Roll Buffalo,
Wow.
baby.
That's crazy. See, the one sport that is going right now that I love to be able to bet on, but it's
baseball.
so inconsistent. But baseball, I have a whole nother thing about that. You can't even listen to the Jays game today. There's not even a radio coverage. Yesterday, at least, when they were playing the Pirates, you could listen to it on Pirates radio.
Well,
You can't
if you
even,
want some free money right now, you could live bet the Red Sox while they're up 8-0 at -40,000.
wow, that sounds like a very high value bet.
You
You're
know,
gonna make a
it's
lot of money on that
just
one.
guaranteed instant return. You know,
Yeah, you can make your $1 on $100 bet.
I'd say that, and then watch the Rays just come back and win. Like that's.
I feel like that's just one of those bets where it's just like, why would you ever take it? It just seems so like, sure, it seems like guaranteed money, but the slim chance the Rays come back, it just completely.
Dude, it's my
ruins
buddy who throws Gonzaga in every single one of his parlays this year. I'm like, man, one of these times Gonzaga's not gonna win or not gonna cover.
And then it's gonna screw you.
Yeah.
And then yeah. One fun bet I'll talk about last night. The house I live in, 3 of us were watching the Oilers game last night, and we all took Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at +250 to score a goal. We were like, this is a lock. I love it. We're taking it, right? We thought. And about 2 minutes before the game started, I looked back at my one roommate and I said to him, the smart bet right now is bet the shutout. I have a weird feeling we're talking about them scoring and they are not going to score a single goal. Sure enough, they didn't score a single goal. And the Leafs went on to win 3-0. So that's a fun little bet there that completely backfired.
Speaking of which, I'm riding the wagon. I got Drake Batherson at +400 to score a goal tonight.
Wow. You're insane.
Dude, he's got 6 straight. I'm riding the wagon until it falls off. I'll ride it till the wheels fall off.
Did you hear that guy? He's like, yeah, I don't even know if I've scored 6 since like Pee Wee. He's like, he's not.
The funny thing is, I know the guy. Like, I know Drake Batherson.
Oh, how do you know him? How'd you get that interaction?
My buddy Gordo, shout out Gordo. I don't know if you listen to the podcast. His sister's dating Drake Batherson.
Oh, I gotcha.
Or his friend's sister, something like that. But that's how we know Drake Batherson.
Not a bad connection to have.
You want some sick odds? You can bet that nobody scores tonight at +10,000. Any games we see a potential 0-0 lock going into OT?
No. That just seems like a crazy.
I'm just throwing this one out there. Like, I'm not going to put this on the official thing, but I like to bet at least one person to win a golf tournament every single week. Just before it starts. We get the Arnold Palmer invitation. The favorite right now is Rory McIlroy at +800. It's been a while since Rory's won a chip. I don't think he's winning it. I'm gonna
say I wouldn't take that.
I'm gonna take honestly, I'm gonna take Jordan Spieth at +2,800. I get Jordan Spieth hasn't won in a long time, but he's been playing good and he's due. He's due for one before we get to the Masters.
I think Brooks is in the field this week.
Brooks is not in this week.
Yeah, he's not in the field this weekend.
It's really just Rory, DeChambeau, Hovland, Reed, Spieth, and
I don't know if I'd like.
I can see some value getting Max Homa or Justin Rose at +5,000 or 6,000. Ricky Fowler could be
both.
due too. Ricky Fowler's at plus 7,000. He's due.
I always like throwing a little bit of money on Jason Day. Never ends up winning, but hey, it's always a fun little bet because he always seems to be like high odds, but can absolutely just implode and be not even make the cut by the end of it. So it's always fun just betting on him because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think the one guy I will take this week, if we are going to take somebody, I think I'm going to take DeChambeau.
DeChambeau is my favorite golfer. It's just like, I want to get some value out of my pick. Plus 1,200 is already great value, but I've been on the Spieth train all season. I've been waiting for him to win one. He's got to win one.
He did. Hey, he's due eventually. So I don't hate that bet.
That's what I said betting on Tiger every single tournament until the Masters he won. It was all worth it for the Masters win.
It's all worth it. You got to celebrate the Masters. Is there anything else you're looking at tonight that you really like?
There's nothing else I really like tonight. On Friday, we're going to have a hell of a show because I got the whole UFC card, the greatest UFC card I've ever seen. We got 4 title fights this weekend.
Wow. All right. So got some UFC bets. The one thing I like about that is we are going to be able to actually see some lines. The lines will actually.
The lines are already out. We can already look at them.
So you can start betting on the lines instead of normal Fridays where we're trying to find, there's no Saturday line or Sunday lines out for most sports. I think that's pretty much it for me. I like my picks.
I'm very confident with my 10 picks I took after adding Drake Batherson to score. So
yeah, I think, how many do I have? I have 4? No. 3 in basketball, 4 in hockey, and I believe 4 in college basketball. So I think I got a solid 11 picks tonight.
I think I got 12 or 13.
That might be my most yet since we started the podcast.
Just wait till college football comes on, and I'm actually gonna have 30 picks a day, and it's actually gonna be terrible, but it's gonna be great.
I like it. Well, if that's all you got, we can probably wrap this up. And you know what? Hey, when the Sens win, we'll hit the cashier tomorrow, and we're gonna be loving life at that plus 220. It's gonna be a great day.
We're popping bottles with the Sens and Drake Batherson, baby.
I was very disappointed to see the Bobcats were not playing today. I love betting.
Bobcats play Thursday.
Okay, perfect. So Thursday we're definitely going to have to be looking at that Bobcats line. I apologize to anybody that was listening Friday, and I told you I will bet Bobcats on Saturday.
You didn't take the fucking Bobcats.
I didn't take the Bobcats. The line came out. They were favorites. I didn't like that. I didn't think they were going to beat Buffalo.
Can't do that to the Bobcats, buddy.
I thought they were going to get I thought they're going to be underdogs.
Yeah, there was no reason why they should have been favored over Buffalo. Buffalo's a way better basketball team.
I guess they heard us talking about the OU oh yeah train.
Dude, so. OU oh yeah moved that line at least 6 points.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for listening to the House Gambling Podcast. Hope you have a great day and see you at the cashiers tomorrow, boys.
We'll see you on Thursday. Get to the bag. Get the money. Let's go.